The White Scars dismounted from their jet bikes and moved towards the mag lift. Lieutenant Carter was organizing the most able-bodied men and preparing them to retake the hospital. The officer turned to the Space Marines. "So, what is the plan, my lord?" "Jala. You may call me Jala. You and your men will take the facility floor by floor, following in our wake, ensuring that no traitors survive." "A floor-by-floor sweep." "All right. I know the reputation of the White Scars, and your love of swift, precise strikes. It is unfortunate that we have to use such slow and deliberate tactics." The Space Marine laughed. "The battlefield denies us our greatest strength. So, we simply alter the battlefield." Jala gripped the doors of the mag lift and effortlessly forced them open. "Lend me the strength of your Ogryns. I need something broken." Carter nods to Ogg, who moves with the other Ogryns to the White Scars, ready for orders. Jala slammed his fist into the side of the maglift car, creating a dent where he could grip. "Do as I do, Ogryn." Ogg nodded, as he and the other Ogryn did as they were told and held tightly to their grips. "Good. Now pull!" The Space Marines and the Ogryns pulled on the industrial maglift that had been designed to haul heavy medical equipment to the various floors of the hospital. Metal groaned and creaked as muscles strained. Suddenly, with a tremendous crunch, the car was torn free of the shaft as the Ogryns stumbled a few steps backwards. Lieutenant Carter slowly began to understand the White Scars' plan as they drew forth crack grenades. Jala picked up a bit of debris that had broken loose and tossed it down the empty shaft. Carter could see him mouthing and counting underneath his breath. Then he drew forth the crack grenades, and with very precise timing, pulled each pin, held them, and dropped them down the shaft. One after another, they exploded, destroying the maglift doors on each and every level, shaking the entire structure. Jala grinned before placing his helmet back on his head. "That got their attention. Come, brothers. Now we ride." The White Scars ran over to their jet bikes and mounted up, revving their engines. "You may begin your advance, Lieutenant. We will make the great Khan smile on us this day. For the Khan! For the Emperor!" With that, the Space Marines simply dove down the empty, smoky shaft, the roar of their bikes echoing behind them. It was not long before the Guardsmen and PDF soldiers could hear bolter fire below. Lieutenant Carter seemed like he was snapped out of a dream as he began giving orders. "Ogryns, line up! Use your shields! Keep the other men safe!" He divided up the men into units and ordered them to begin sweeping the first floor.
"Looks like we're going back down. Up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs. Ugh. At least down is easier. And we get to kill Batman."
"Yes, that's the spirit, Ogg. Though I don't know how much the White Scars are going to leave for us." With incredible precision, Jala and his men roared through the shattered maglift doors to the floor below. Each ward was laid out the same way. The building was simply a big square hallway on each floor with rooms on the interior and outward-facing exterior. The White Scars screamed down the hallway as cultists of the Tin King were caught completely unaware by the Space Marines bearing down on them. The explosions warned them that something was happening, but they did not expect this. Many of them had been looting the hospital just moments before, and most of them had no time to react as twin-linked bolters mounted on the bikes blasted through rank upon rank of cultists. Jala and his men then drew their personal sidearms and fired into the rooms on either side of them as they whizzed past. The bolter fire echoed through the stairwell as the soldiers made their way to the first floor to clean up after the Space Marines. And as Ogg pushed through the door, he was greeted by the sight of bodies and limbs scattered about the hallway, and the Space Marines were nowhere to be seen. Already, they had zipped back to the lift shaft and were moving on to the next floor.
Oh, wow. They're really all fast.
Understatement of the millennium, Ogg. Yes, white scars are indeed fast. All right, men, let's go room by room. Ogg, you and the boys stay out in the hallway. Everyone else, you give the survivors the Emperor's mercy. And then let's move on. As the soldiers did their work, finishing off any groaning survivors they found, an odd, foreboding feeling came over the lieutenant. Carter couldn't help but worry. This battle with the rebel had been going on for some time now. What was going on with the Imperial Navy? What of the rest of the Guard? There were innumerable guardsmen serving with the fleet. Why had they not been dispatched? And why was the PDF so slow to react? The battle had been going on for hours at this point. Carter pushed these thoughts out of his mind, shook his head, and focused on the task at hand. Right, men. Let us send these traitors back to whatever dark masters they serve. No man do they call me. My mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Ogg the Ogryn Returns. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a like and a comment so that you too will be allowed to ride your jet bike inside and gun down heretics. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so in order to hear more stories about Ogryns and Space Marines working together. If you would like to support me, you can do so via Teespring, Patreon, or PayPal, and all of those links will be in the description. And if you have absolutely no idea what's going on, you can click on the Ogg the Ogryn Returns playlist, which should be appearing on screen right now. Or if you want to go back to the very beginning, you can click on the first Ogg the Ogryn story playlist, which will be in the description. Thank you all very much once again. No Man out.